Warning, the following video produced by Archie Luxury contains positive comments about a Frederick Constant wristwatch. Archie's very sorry to have to resort to this level, but a $20 donation is a $20 donation. Archie apologizes for this, and if you are weak in the heart, please do not watch this video. Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. Today I'd like to do a viewer collection update. And this is my good friend Fahad. Fahad had a wonderful collection which I reviewed not so long ago. And Fahad's very kindly sent me $20 and he's asked Archie to do a new review of his collection. And Archie's very, very, very happy. And I'd like to say, Fahad, thank you so much for that generous donation there. Archie's, takes a lot of money to run the Archie Luxury channel. And those donations like that there are few and far between. And they are greatly appreciated. So let's have a look at Fahad's collection. And Fahad's changed the lineup a little bit here, and let's just go through this this great collection that he's got. He's got a Breitling Aerospace, which I really do love. It's a great piece, and a Breitling. It's a big man's watch, and it's just a classic, iconic, modern Breitling type piece, and I really like it. I think it suits the collection well. The next piece in the collection is a Rolex Datejust. Now this is a two-tone, and it's got the fluted bezel. It's a steel and yellow gold, and it's also got the wonderful Jubilee bracelet. And look, I got to say to you, this here is a beautiful wristwatch, and I have actually owned a few Datejusts in the past, and I really think they're a great piece to have there. They're a wonderful everyday watch. You can wear it anywhere. You can even go swimming with it because it's waterproof. And this one here seems like quite a nice piece. And it's good to see that Fahad's got a bit of class. And it's a wonderful Datejust, and I think he should be very proud to have that piece in the collection there. And it's just a nice piece. I absolutely love it. So I gotta say to you, Fahad, that's a great piece. I really love the Datejust, and I think myself, a lot of people underestimate the Datejust, but it's really a true sports watch. It's waterproof. It's also, it's got it's two-tone bracelets, very stylish, and it's just a all-time wristwatch classic. Now, the next piece in the collection, now this is new. This is Fahad's added this piece here. He's added a Cartier Pasha in steel. And I gotta say, this is one cool fucker of a wristwatch. The Cartier Pasha, it's a wonderful, wonderful piece. And the Pasha has been a huge seller for Cartier, and it's easy to see why. It's beautiful. And a steel Pasha, I don't think you can fucking go wrong with it. I really feel like adding a Pasha to my collection. And it's fucking, I think the Pashas, the only problem with the Pasha is that they're a little bit expensive. They're not a cheap watch, even on the secondary market. But Fahad's managed to get this beautiful piece, and I gotta say, yep, I absolutely love it. It's a great piece, and I really love it in steel, and I think it adds a layer of class and sophistication to your collection there. The next piece that Fahad's got, this is one of my all-time modern favorites, and I gotta say this is the Cartier Bourbon Blue in two-tone. And not so long ago, I asked my wife what wristwatch did she want for herself, and she chose the Patek 24. But let me tell you this, Fahad, she almost chose a Cartier Bourbon Blue, and you can see why. What a modern classic. These are a nice big watch, and it's got that really fucking sexy crown. It's a piece of art. The only problem is with the Bourbon Blue, they're pretty expensive. They're not a cheap fucker. You're paying high even on the secondary market, they're not a cheap piece to have. And I gotta say, it's a very, very classy piece, and it's in line with this collection here. The ball on blue. I think, Fayad, you've added an extra layer of beauty to the collection. It's getting very, very nice there. It's some of the pieces you had last time, they were a little bit dated, but fuck, the ball on blue, it brings it modern, very, very modern, and I think it's a great piece. The only problem is it's expensive. The ball on blue is not cheap. And the next piece in Fayad's collection is the wonderful Omega Speedmaster limited edition Olympic Games version. And I gotta say, this is a fucking beautiful piece. And I'm a big fan of the Omega Speedmaster. And the Olympic version, it's a fucking rare piece. You don't see too many of these around. And I love the colours on the dial. It's beautiful, and I think it fits in very nicely. This Fayad's from the Middle East, and it's got a bit of flamboyance flair that you normally wouldn't see in Europe or America. But in the Middle East, this cup of flair is it's wonderful. It's highly appreciated, and I got to say, Fayad, you have class. And next coming up, we've got another Breitling. This has got a beautiful two-tone, and it's just a fucking lovely piece. Last time we had this, Fayad had this in the collection, but it's a good piece. I love a good Breitling. It's got the two-tone bracelet, which is a bit. They're an expensive piece, and I think it's well worth keeping there. Now we've also got in Fayad's collection, last time he had the Cartier two-tone VLC Santos, and I gotta tell you this, the two-tone VLC Santos is one of my all-time favourites. It incorporates the VLC, the Vendome Louis Cartier, and the Santos, and this is just such a cool fucking watch to have. I love it in two-tone, and it's really quite elegant, and in the Middle East there, this is a fucking very, very sexy piece. In the Middle East, you can do things a little bit more flamboyant. There's a high number of Mercedes and Rolls Royces and Bentleys and Lamborghinis, and you can be a bit more out there, whereas in Europe, you tend to be a bit more conservative. So I think the Cartier two-tone VLC Santos, it's a great piece, and I love it. Don't sell it, Fayad. Keep that piece. And I love you've really gone the Cartier. Cartier's got such a strong heritage, and you've got the Cartier Pasha in steel, which is beautiful. You got the two-tone ball on blue, which is just a modern fucking classic, and you got this beautiful vintage Cartier two-tone VLC Santos, and I don't think it gets much better than this. And the next piece, this just absolutely took my breath away. And yep, Fayad, I have been a bit of a critic of the Frederick Constant. Yes, I have been a critic. But I got to tell you this, I looked at these photos here and I thought, fuck, it's a Patek. And the Frederick Constant, he's got a day, date, moon in steel. That's right, a Frederick Constant, day, date, moon in steel. And it's one of their limited edition versions. It's the Runabout Automatic. And I got to tell you this, I love a wooden speedboat. Now, I've been a huge classic car fan. Mercedes-Benzes, Alfa Romeos, Ferraris, Jaguars, classic cars. And in sports speedboats, there's nothing better than a wooden boat. And this Frederick Constant comes with this limited edition model here. And fuck, I'd almost buy the watch just to get the model. It's absolutely beautiful. It's well made. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And look, I got to be honest with you. This Frederick Constant here, it's in steel. I'm not a big fan of the two-tone Frederick Constants because they use gold plating. But in a steel piece, you really can't go wrong. It's a day, date, moon. That's a complicated type of watch. It's a proper Swiss watch. It's a lovely piece, and I got to tell you this honestly. It just reminds me of my Patek Philippe, and I just love it. I absolutely love the Frederick Constant day, date, moon that Fayad has here, and it's just beautiful. It's limited edition. It comes with a little speedboat, and fuck, I think this is going to be a very collectible watch in the not too distant future. I'm Archie Luxury. Thank you very much for watching my viewers collection. This has been Fahad's collection, and I would have to give this the thumbs up. What a beautiful collection you have there, and it's beautiful that you've come back to Archie and you've donated $20, and you've also, I can see some really beautiful growth in your collection, and I'm very keen to review your collection in a couple months' time. Keep up the good work, Fahad, and I got to give you, I reckon, for your collection, an 8.5 out of 10. I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you think.